most carefully upon your hour. 'Tis now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Francesca.
For this really much thanks. 'Tis bitter cold, and I am sick at heart.
Have you had quiet guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
Well, good night. If you do meet Marcellus and Horatio, the partners of my watch, bid them make haste. I think I hear them. Stand ho! Who's there?
Friends to this ground and loyal subjects.
God give thee good night.
Farewell, good soldier. Who hath relieved you?
Bernadette has my place. God give thee good night.
Hola, Bernadette.
Say, what, is Horatio there?
What's left of him after this night?
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What, has this thing appeared again tonight?
I have seen nothing.
Horatio says 'tis but our imagination, and will not let belief take hold of him touching this dread sight, twice seen of us. Therefore, I have entreated him along with us to watch this night, that, if this apparition come again, he may confirm our eyes and speak to it.
Tush, tush. 'Twill not appear.
Sit you down a while, and let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story, what we have 2 nights seen.
Well, sit we down, and let us hear Bernadette speak of this.
2 nights ago, when yon same star that's westward had made its course, Marcellus and myself, the bell then beating 1.
Peace! Break thee off! Wilbur comes again!
In the same figure like the king that's dead.
Thou art a scholar, speak to it, Horatio.
Looks he not like the king? Mark it, Horatio.
Most like. It distresses me with fear and wonder.
It would be spoke to.
Question it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurp us this time of night? I charge thee speak.
It is offended.
See, it stalks away.
Stay, speak, I charge thee speak.
'Tis gone, and will not answer.
How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale. Is this not more than imagination? What think you on it?
Before my God, I might not disbelieve without it being confirmed the empirical confirmation of mine own eyes.
Is it not like the king?
As thou art to thyself, such was the very clothes he had on. 'Tis strange.
Thus twice before, and precisely at this dead hour, hath he gone by our watch.
What thought to work I know not, but in totality and range of my opinion, this bodes some strange eruption to our state. But soft, behold, lo, where it comes again. I will confront it, though it blast me. Stay, illusion! If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me. If there may be any good thing that may be done to thee, and grace to me, speak to me. Or if thou hast abhorred it in thy life and extorted treasure in the womb of the earth, for which they say your spirits oft walk at death, speak of it. Stay and speak. Stop it, Marcellus.
Shall I strike with my sword?
Do if it will not stand.
'Tis here!
'Tis here!
'Tis gone. We do it wrong, to offer it a show of violence, for it is as the air, invulnerable, and our vain blows malicious mockery.
It was about to speak when the cock crew.
And then it started like a guilty thing at a fearful summons. I've heard the cock with its lofty and shrill-sounding throat awaken the god of day, and at his warning, whether in earth or air, sea or fire, wandering and erring spirits hasten to their places of confinement. The truth herein this present sight made prove. Break we up our watch, and by my advice let us impart what we have seen unto young Hamlet. But look, the morn and mantle cloud walks over the dew of yon high eastward hill. Do you consent that we should acquaint Hamlet of this as is fitting our duty?
Let's do it. I pray now this morning know where we can find him most convenience.
Yet of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be fresh. Oh, and it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our entire kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we with wisest sorrow think on him together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore, our former sister, now our queen, the joint ruler of our estate, have we, as it were, with joy, with one impaired and one weeping eye, with mirth in funeral and with dirge in marriage, in equal scale weighing delight and grief, have we taken to wife. Nor have we here embarred your better wisdoms, which have unconstrained this affair along. For all our thanks. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You told us of some suit. What is it, Laertes? You cannot speak of reason and waste your voice. What wouldst thou beg, Laertes? The head is not more closely connected to the heart, the hand more useful to the mouth, than is thy mother to the throne of Denmark. What wouldst thou have?
My dear lord, your leave and favor to return to France, from whence, though willingly I came to Denmark, to show my duty in your coronation, yet now I must confess, that duty done, my thoughts and wishes incline me towards France. By your gracious leave and kind permission.
Have you the leave of your mother? What says Apollonia?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave by persistent petition, and at last, upon his will, I've sealed my reluctant consent. I do beseech you give him leave to go.
Laertes, enjoy your youth. Time be thine, and at thy best graces spend it at thy will. And now, my kinsman Hamlet, and my son.
A little more than kin and less in kindness.
How is it that the clouds still hang over you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much the son of favor.
Good Hamlet, cast thy dark clothes and disposition off. Let thine eye look like a friend. Thou knowest 'tis common, all that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so personal with thee?
Seems, madam? Nay, it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not along my black cloak, nor formal suits of solemn black, nor heavy and sincere sighs, no, nor the copious nor the dejected expression of mine together with all forms, moods, shows of grief that can denote me truly. For these indeed seem, they are actions that a man might play. But I have that within that surpasses show. These but the trappings and the suits of war.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these proper mourning duties to a father. But you must know that your father lost a father, and that father lost his, and the survivor is bound for some time in filial obligation to do proper mourning. But to persevere in such an obstinate grief shows a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. It shows a will most incorrect to heaven, a heart unfortified, a mind impatient, and understanding ignorant and unschooled. For what we know must be and is as common as any the most ordinary thing to sense. Why should we, in our peevish opposition, take it to heart? Fie, 'tis an offense against heaven. A fault against the dead. A fault to nature, and to reason most absurd, whose common theme is the death of all fathers. Now, we pray you, drop this unavailing woe, and think of us as a father. Let the world take note, you are next in succession to our throne, and with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his son, do I impart towards you. As for your intention in going back to school, it is most contrary to our desire. We beseech you, we incline you to remain here in the cheer and comfort of our eye. Our chiefest courtier, cousin and our son.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a loving and fair reply. Be as ourself in Denmark. Madam, come.
That this too solid flesh would melt, thaw and dissolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh God, God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fie on it, fie! 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed things rank, and gross in nature possess it entirely. That it should come to this, but 2 months dead? Nay, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king that was so loving to my mother that he would not allow the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly. Heaven, earth must I remember. Why, she would hang on him as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on, and yet, within a month, those shoes were old with which she followed my poor father's body, and grief all tears, why she, even she. Oh God, a beast that lacks discourse of reason would have mourned longer than married my uncle, my father's brother, who is no more like my father than I am to Hercules. Within a month ere yet the salt of most insincere tears had left the redness in her sore eyes, she married. Oh, most wicked speed, to hurry with such nimbleness to incestuous sheets. It is, nor cannot come to good, but break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
All hail to your lordship.
I am glad to see thee well.
The same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
Sir, I'll exchange that name with you. And what make you from Wittenberg, Horatio?
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
Oh, I pray thee, fellow student, do not mock me. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio, would I had met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day. My father, methinks I see my father.
My lord, where?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
He was a goodly king.
He was a man. Take him for all in all excellent. I shall not look upon his like again.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw? Who?
My lord, the king your father.
The king my father.
Restrain your amazement with an attentive ear till I may deliver upon the witness of these soldiers this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together had these soldiers, Marcellus and Bernadette, on their watch in the dead vast, in the middle of the night, been thus encountered. A figure, like your father, appears before them, and with a solemn march goes slowly and stately by them. Now thrice he walked by their press, and fierce surprised eyes will stay, distilled almost to jelly with the effect of fear. Stand up and speak not to him. This in dreadful secrecy apart they did, and I with them the 3rd night kept the watch, where, as they had delivered both in time, formed the thing each word made true and good, the apparition comes. I knew your father. His hands were not more like.
But where was this?
My lord, upon the platform watch.
Did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, but answer made it not yet. Once methought it did lift its head and prepare itself to motion, like as it would speak. But even then the morning cock grew louder, and at its sound it shrunk in haste away. 'Tis vanished from our sight.
'Tis very strange.
By my life, my honored lord, 'tis true. And we did think it writ down in our duty to let you know of it.
Indeed, but this troubles me. Hold you the watch tonight.
We do, my lord.
Did you see his face?
Aye, my lord.
What looked he, frowningly?
Countenance more of sorrow than of anger.
Pale or red?
Nay, very pale.
And he fixed his eyes upon you.
Most constantly.
I would I had been there.
I would have much amazed you.
Very like, very like. Stayed it long.
One of moderate haste might count 100.
Longer.
Not when I saw it.
I will watch tonight. Perchance 'twill walk again.
I warrant he would will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I will speak to it, though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. Now, friends, if you have hitherto concealed this sight, let it remain a secret still, and whatsoever else shall happen tonight, give it an understanding. So fare you well. Upon the watch 'twixt 11 or 12, I'll visit you.
Our duty to your honor.
Your love's is mine to you. My father's spirit, all is not well. Would that the night were come. Till then sit still, my soul. Foul deeds will rise, though all the earth o'erwhelm them to men's eyes.
My luggage is embarked. Farewell. And sister, whenever the winds give benefit and transportation is available, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
No more than that?
Think it no more. Ophelia, the natural course of development does not grow alone in physical strength and size. But as Hamlet's temple waxes, the spiritual duty of his mind and soul grows extensive with it. Perhaps he loves you now, and now no stain nor deceitful purpose doth besmirch the virtue of his will. But you must fear, considering his rank, his will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unimportant persons do as he likes, for upon his choice depends the health and safety of this whole state. And therefore must his choice be restricted unto the voice and yielding of that body whereof he is the head. Then if he says he loves you, it fits your wisdom so far to believe it, as he in his particular act and place makes good his promise, which is no further than the general consent of Denmark. Then weigh what loss your honor may sustain, if with too trustful ear you listen to his songs, or lose your heart, or your virginity to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia, fear it, my dear sister, and stay out of the range of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire. Even the shyest maid is prodigal enough, if she unmask her beauty to the moon.
I shall the point of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But, good my brother, do not as some wicked pastors do show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst like a prideful and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and ignores his own advice.
Oh, fear me not. I stay too long. But here my mother comes.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard for shame! The wind sits in the back of your sail, and you're waited for. There. My blessing with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory see thou engrave. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unruly thought his act. Associate freely, but not promiscuously. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, make sure that the opposed may beware of thee. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, thou canst not be faithless to any man. Farewell.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lady.
Go, your servant tends, and the time invites you.
Farewell. And Ophelia, remember well what I've said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
Ophelia, what has Tia said to you?
So please you something touching the Lord Hamlet himself.
Well bethought to be sure. 'Tis told me he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself of your audience hath been most liberal and bounteous. If it be so as 'tis put on me, and that in the way of caution, I must tell you, you do not understand yourself so clearly as approves my daughter in your honor. What's between you? Give me up the truth.
My lady, he hath of late made many offers of his affection to me.
Affection? Pooh! You speak like an inexperienced girl untried in such perilous circumstances. Do you believe his offers, as you call them?
I do not know, mother, what I should think.
Oh, Mary, I'll teach you. Think yourself a baby, that you have taken these offers as true pay which are not sterling. Value yourself more dearly, or make me a fool, make yourself a fool, and make a fool.
Mother, he hath importuned me with love in a more honorable fashion.
Aye, fashion you may call it. Go to. Go to.
And hath given authority to his speech, mother, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Aye, snares to catch gullible birds. I do know. When the blood burns, how lavishly the soul lends the tongue vows. These short-lived bursts of flame, giving off more life than heat, extincting both, even as the promises of making for the Lord Hamlet. Believe in him that he is young, but do not believe his vows. They are procurers and not what they seem, the better to beguile. I would not, in plain terms, have you so disgraced as any moment leisure to give words or talk to the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come along.
bite sharply. It is very cold.
It is a nipping and an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed, I heard it not. Well, then, it draws near the season wherein our spirit held its wont to walk. But look! Where it comes again.
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou a spirit of health or a goblin damned, bring with the airs of heaven or blast from hell. Be thy intents wicked or charitable. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I'll speak to thee. I'll call thee king, father, royal Dane. Oh, answer me. Let me not burst in ignorance, but tell me why thy consecrated bones, coffin to death, have burst their grave clothes. Why the sepulchre when we saw thee quietly entombed hath opened to cast thee up again? What may this mean, that thou, dead corpse, revisits thus the glimpses of the moon, making night terrifying, and we fools baffled by the supernatural so horribly, to shake our disposition with thoughts beyond the reaches of our souls? Say, why is this? Wherefore, what shall we do?
Beckons you to go away with it, as if some communication did desire to you alone.
Look with what courteous action waves you to more secluded place, but do not go.
No, by no means.
It will not speak, then I will follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why? What is there to fear? I do not set my life at any worth. And for my soul, what can it do to that being a thing immortal as itself? It weighs me forth. Go on, I'll follow thee.
What? If it should tempt you to the flood, my lord, or to the dreadful summit of the cliff that overhangs threateningly over his basin into the sea, and there assume some other horrible form which might deprive your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness. Think on't! Pray place what toys of fancies into every brain.
It weighs me forth still. I will follow it.
You shall not go, my lord.
Hold off your hands.
Be ruled, you shall not go.
My fate cries out and makes this body as hardy as the lion's nerve. Still am I called. Unhand me, gentlemen. By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that hinders me. Go on, I'll follow thee.
He waxes desperate with delusion.
Let's follow. 'Tis not fit thus to obey him.
Have after him. To what conclusion will this come?
Something is wrought in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct it.
No, we'll act now, wait on heaven.
Where wilt thou lead me? Speak, I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
Dawn is coming when I to purgatory must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak, I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to do penance and fires, till the foul sins done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. Were I not forbidden to tell the secrets of my prison house, I could a tale unfold whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood, thy knotted and combined locks to part, and each particular hair to stand on end. Listen, Hamlet, oh listen, if thou didst ever thy dear father love.
Oh God.
Revenge is foul, most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foul, but this most foul, strange and unnatural.
Hurry to tell me that I with wings as swift as thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
Now, Hamlet, hear. 'Tis given out that sleeping in my garden a serpent stung me. So the whole ear of Denmark, I by a lying account of my death rankly deceived. But know thou, noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle.
I, that incestuous, that adulterous beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with traitorous gifts. O wicked wit and gifts that hath the power so to seduce one to his shameful lust, the will of my most seemingly virtuous queen. O Hamlet, what a change for the wars was there, for me, whose love was of such worthiness that it went hand in hand, even with the vow I made to her in marriage. But lust, though to a radiant angel linked, will satisfy itself in a celestial bed and then prey on garbage. But soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Brief let me be. Sleeping within my garden, my custom always in the afternoon, upon my carefree hour, thy uncle stole substance of poisonous juice, and in mine ears did pour the leprous distilment, whose effect holds such an enmity with the blood of man, that swift as quicksilver it courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body, and with a sudden vigor doth curdle and curd the thin and wholesome blood. So did it mine. Thus was I, sleeping, by a brother's hand cut off even in the blossoms of my sin, without communion, confession, or last rites. No reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. Oh, horrible! Oh, horrible! Most horrible! If thou hast natural feeling in thee, let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for lust and damned incest. But let not thy soul contrive against thy mother. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge, to prick and sting her. Fare thee well at once. The glowworm shows the morning to be near. Adieu, adieu, adieu. Remember me.
Oh, all you host of heaven, oh earth, what else? Shall I couple hell? Oh, fie! Be firm, my heart, and you, my sinews, grow not instant old, but bear me stiffly up. Remember thee? Ay, thou poor ghost, well memory holds a seat in my head, and remember thee. Yes, yes, by heaven. Oh, most wicked woman. Oh, villain, villain, smiling, damned villain, that one may smile and be a villain. So, uncle, there it is. It is adieu, adieu. Remember me. I have sworn it.
My lord, Lord Hamlet, heaven secure him.
So be it.
Oh, come.
How is my noble lord?
What news, my lord?
Oh, wonderful.
Good, my lord, tell it.
No, you'll reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven.
Who are my lord?
What say you then? What heart of man once thinketh, but you'll be secret?
Aye, by heaven.
There is ne'er a villain dwelling in all Denmark, but he's an errant knave.
There needs no ghost, my lord, come from the grave to tell us that.
Why, right. You are in the right, and so without more circumstance at all, I hold it fit that we shake hands and part. You as your business and desire shall direct you, and for me, and to mine own poor part, look you, I'll go pray.
That but wild and whirling words.
I'm sorry if they offend you. Yes, faith, harder.
There's no offense.
But there is, Horatio, and much offense too, touching this vision here. It is an honest ghost, that let me tell you. For your desire to know what is between us, or master it as you may. Now, friends, as you are friends, scholars and soldiers, give me one poor request.
What is, my lord, we will.
Never make known what you have seen this night.
We will not.
Nay, but swear it.
In faith, we will not reveal the secret.
Upon my honor.
We have sworn, my lord, already.
Indeed. Upon my honor. Indeed.
Swear.
Oh! Sayest thou so? Art thou there, trusty fellow? Come here. You hear this fellow in the cellar? Consent to swear.
Propose the oath.
Never to make known what you have seen this night. Swear by my honor.
Swear.
Here and everywhere. Then we'll shift our grounds. Come hither, gentlemen, and lay your hands upon mine, and never speak of this that you have seen. Swear by my honor.
Swear.
And like this is wondrous strange, and as a stranger give it welcome. There are more things under heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
Swear.
Rest, perturbed spirit! So, gentlemen, with all the love I do commend me to you, and what so poor a man as Hamlet is may do to express his love and friendliness to you, God willing, shall not lack. Let us go in together, and always keep silent, your fingers upon your lips, I pray. The time is out of joint. Oh, cursed spite, that ever I was born to set it right. Nay, come, let's go together.
How now, Ophelia? What's the matter?
Oh, Mother, I've been so affrighted.
With what in the name of God?
Mother, as I was sewing in my chamber, Lord Hamlet, with his shirt all unbuttoned, his socks dirty, and hanging around his ankles, and with a look so piteous as if he'd been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love?
Mother, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such scrutiny of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last, a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down, he raised a sigh so piteous and profound that it did seem to shatter all his body and end his being. That being done, he lets me go. And with his head thus o'er his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes. For out of doors he went without their help.
Come. I will go seek the king. This is the very madness of love, whose violent properties oft lead the soul to desperate undertakings, as oft as any passion under the heavens that oaths afflict our natures. Have you given him any hard words of late?
No, Mother, but as you did command, I did repel his letters and denied his access to me.
And that made him mad. I'm sorry that with better heed and judgment I had not quoted him, but I feared he did but mean to trifle with you and ruin thee. Curse my suspicions. It is as natural for old women to go too far in our opinions as it is for the younger sort to lack discretion. But come, go into the king. This must be known, which being left secret might move more grief to hide that utter hate to love. Come along.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Besides that we much did long to see you, the need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation, so call it, since neither the exterior nor the inward man resembles that it was. What it should be, other than his father's death, that thus hath put him from the understanding of himself I cannot dream of. Therefore we entreat you both that you consent to stay here in our courts some little time, that by your companies to draw him on to pleasures, and to gather so much as from opportunity you may glean that which afflicts him thus, that opened lies within our remedy.
Good gentleman, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am two men that are not living to whom he's more attached. If it would please you to show us so much courtesy and goodwill as to expend your time with us a while, for the support and advancement of our hope, then your visitation shall receive such thanks as fits a king's remembrance.
Both of your majesties might, by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dreaded pleasures more into command than to entreaty.
But we both obey, and here fully devote ourselves to willingly lay our service at your feet. To be commanded.
And thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz. And I beseech you instantly to visit my too much changed son. Go, some of you, and take these gentlemen where Hamlet is.
Heavens make our presence and actions pleasant and helpful to you.
Amen.
Always the mother of good news.
How have I, my lord? Assure you, my good liege, that I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to God and to my gracious king. And I do think, or else my mind hunts not the statecraft so sure that it is used to do, that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That I do long to hear. She tells me, my dear lady, that she has found the head and the source of your son's distemper.
Well, I suspect it is no other but the obvious reason. His father's death and our hasty marriage.
Yes, well, we will examine Apollonia.
My lord and madam, to expound upon what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night, and time is time, we're nothing but to waste day, night, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad call I it, for to define true madness, what is to be nothing else but mad. But let that go.
More matter with less rhetorical artfulness.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That he is mad, 'tis true. 'Tis pity, but farewell it, for I will use no art. And thus remains we find the cause of this effect, or rather say the cause of this defect, for the effect defective comes by cause. Consider, I have a daughter. Have while she is mine, who in her obedience hath given me this. Draw your own conclusions. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautiful Ophelia. That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase, beautiful, a vile phrase, but you shall hear thus. In her excellent white bosom, these...
Came this from Hamlet to her.
Just good, madam, stay a while, I will be faithful. Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. O dear Ophelia, I am bad at versifying. I have not art to count my groans, but that I love thee best, O most best believe it. Adieu. Thine evermore, most dear lady, whilst this body is to him. Hamlet. This, in obedience and duty, hath my daughter given over to me, and hath his soliciting, as they fell out by time, by means, and place given over to mine ear.
But how hath she received his love?
What do you think of me?
As of a woman faithful and honorable.
And I would fain prove so. But what might you think if I had seen this hot love on the wing as I had received it? I must tell you that before my daughter told me. What might you or your majesty the queen here think if I had acted as a go-between, or given up mine heart and looked up this love with idle sight? What might you think? No, I went to work, and this I did beseech my young mistress. Lord Hamlet is a prince beyond your station, and this must not be. And instructions I gave her, that she was to lock herself away from his resort, admit no messengers, receive no tokens. Thus being done, she took the fruits of my advice, and he, repulsed, fell into a sadness, thence into a fast, thence into a sleeplessness, thence into a lightheadedness, and by this declining into the madness wherein he raves, and we all mourn for him.
Do you think it's this?
It may be, very likely.
Hath there been such a time, I'd fain know that, when I said positively 'tis so, and it proved otherwise?
Not that I know.